Alright, what is up, game? So I'm going to try my best to show you how to chip one of the PlayStation 7002 series. Doesn't want to focus, but whatever. This is a broken console I got off eBay. The only part that's wrong is this laser here, so unfortunately I won't be able to actually really test the mod afterwards. I can give it a go though. Maybe I'll put the PlayStation upside down because that usually makes them read a bit better. And they usually actually read the burnt disc better than the black coated official ones. So it's a little bit yellowed. I hear a rattle sound, which is probably this piece here, which is pretty common. But yeah, so I have actually opened this a little while ago, but because laser, I just haven't bothered to plug everything back in. I just kind of screwed it back together. So we'll unscrew it. Sony makes it really easy to keep track of which screws you need because they've put an arrow physically on every part where you need to screw. So if you have these screws taken off, you'll notice there's another layer full of arrows with screws, so you take them off. And from the point of the inside, the screws are silver, on the outside they're just black coloured. So like that. There we go. So now, tip it back the other way, and the top will just come clean off. There we go. And you'll have the next layer. So you'll notice you have some more screws. So if I adjust the camera a bit, out there. Alright, so this will be one of the ribbon. Oh, it's actually a cockroach in there. It's probably from the last guy I bought that from. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, yeah, this cable would go in here normally, and this one will be in there. So to change out a CD drive, just buy another one of these on eBay. They're all over the place on eBay. And yeah, just take this ribbon cable out, chuck this in the bin, or maybe keep the spindle if it's good, if you can get it off without destroying it. And yeah, and then just put a new one in there, and there you go. That's how you fix the majority of broken PlayStations on eBay. So yeah, then you got this cable here, which is the power or DC power that comes from this big area here. That being the AC board. I hear if you have like a NTSC PlayStation but you want to power it on in Australia, just take the board out of a power one of these, put it in your American board, and there you go. Although that wouldn't really matter when we mod chip it anyway. So yeah, as you can see on all the arrow marks, we've got some more screws. So I'll just take that cocky out there. I haven't really got my Leatherman tool, but I'll grab them with this. So let's continue taking some screws out. And this part will come off now. Nope, there we go. Hold on 1 minute. Check that over there. Now 7000 series boards, you get this little flat thing instead over here. I don't know why that's the case, but on these 7502 models, you actually have to desolder this metal part because it covers the whole thing. But the parts that we'll be modding, we would actually just need this area here, which is pretty simple. Now, we'll just follow more of the screws. There you go. And we'll take the whole entire board out. You can just solder it while it's still in the case, but I find just the angle you have to do a lot of it in. This makes it a lot more trickier than what it's worth. Because there are some fine parts in there you gotta do. I think that's all the screws. Oh wait, no. There's one here too. I am doing this on a funny angle because I got this camera here. So I'm not sure if I'll maybe able to catch a lot of the soldering that I'll be doing. And yeah, here you go. Here's the PlayStation essentially. Just that. There we go. Now it's probably a good idea to take this out too, just to see if it's a bit filthy under there and whatever. This one's actually not that bad. That's pretty good. Normally when I open these up, from all the eBay sellers. There's like a lot of dust and just a bit yucky behind there. Now I'll actually show you how to make your own mod chip. Oh, well, sort of. You'll still need the PIC chips. There's a great tutorial I'll link over on the top right, if it allows me to link external videos. But yeah, a guy, Mr. Mario something, made a good one showing you how to make your own PlayStation 1 mod chips out of the PIC chips. So yeah, we'll be doing that exact thing. So let's see what we can do. We'll open our software, microbrn.exe. Okay, it's probably going to complain about a million errors, but that's alright. So it's that pin up there. Plug it in there. Cool. Now, if I read that, it should work. There we are. So we got a blank chip with a calibration of C70. Alright, so I'll show you what to do. We'll load. I don't want to save a blank thing. We'll load a Euro one because mine's a PAL PlayStation. If you're in the USA or got an NTSC PlayStation, that one. If you for some reason got a Japanese one, then that one. But yeah, we're going to do this. I'll link these downloads on in the description. I've got a GitHub page. Same with the diagrams. I've made some higher quality ones in paint.net. Okay, so here we are. That's the one that we wanted to change. So it was C70. Say yes. If we scroll down, we'll notice it's C70. Alright, and then we'll actually program that into the chip. Continue to program. There we go. Now if we clear this, then go read again. There it is. We got it programmed onto the chip. Now what we'll do is we'll get the diagrams up made up. So it will be this one here. I'm thinking there might actually be a better spot for the placement of this PIC chip. Normally I place it on top of one of these because it's like central to where all the wires go, but in this case most of them are around here, so maybe even that would be a good spot. But we'll see. So we'll just print that. Now we don't want to crop it, so we'll do that. Cool. Alrighty, so we're actually back with our programmed chip and also the cover for it. So let's see what we can do about it. While the diagram I made has it on top of here, I'm probably actually going to place it maybe around here. I got some foam mountain at my work. So, okay, so one of the things we want to do first is actually trim most of the legs on these parts. Probably the actual smaller, thinner leg parts of it. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. And mount it with the little dot on the top left corner. The camera just really doesn't want to focus at the moment. Ah yes, that was the problem. I had autofocus turned off. But there we are. Yeah, I guess we'll begin soldering. Okay, now unfortunately this is actually the most I can zoom in with my current camera. The first pin we're going to solder to will be that one right there. I got a new gas soldering iron for Christmas. Isn't that pretty epic? I'm going to try and use that today. It's right next to that 702 part. This is flux. Probably only really need this on the smaller pins, but I'm going to use it here anyway. Excuse for me bumping into the tripod, it's in a really funny spot. That'll do. Damn, that's cool. I might actually use the tripod's arms to hold my hand still. Slowly heating up. Wait a bit longer I reckon, then they'll be good to go. There we go. That's better. Well, let's sit that over there and bump the tripod. I'm going to get just a little roll of wire. Actually, this is really difficult while doing this on camera. Normally there's not a big fat ass tripod next to where I'm soldering, so it's really hard. Fuck's sake. Get on there, cunt. Don't know how hard it's going to be doing that on the other ones, because some of them, especially one of the wires we're going to do is literally the left pin of this over there. That one I'm just probably going to do off screen because yeah, if I'm going to keep bumping into it like I am now. Alright, so now the second pin on the mod chip is actually unused, so next one will be the CL710, which would be this one right there. That one there. Fortunately I can't zoom in any more than that, otherwise my camera doesn't focus. Patreon.com/KippyKit if I want to buy a new camera. So, God, I'm like in the worst position to solder right now. You can see, probably tell by my thumb being backwards. Fuck me. That's on there. Okay, cool. It's on there. Alright, cool. So now we have that one done. I think I just ran out of gas on that. So, out of that span of time, we only literally did 2. Because I'm trying to fucking... Oh, if I actually take this camera off right now. This is how we're doing it. Got like no space for my legs there. Got the cord there. And putting my arm through this fucking thing. Jesus Christ. So, we'll resume this after I go and put some more gas into this iron. And the next one we gotta do right there. On the right side of that. So let's see if I can get a good view. Alright, so just move that way out of the way. There we go. It's already like halfway used. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I've got like a normal battery one, but that one fucking shat itself, so I'm gonna have to return that to Bunnings. I think we got it. Realised I wasn't even showing that on the camera. But there we go, that's on. And we're almost out of gas again. We're gonna do this quickly then. Our 5th wire, just above... Oh shit, that's a small one. I won't even be able to zoom in very well to that, but right on the left there. Ah shit, I just fucking burnt myself again.
This fucking drop on a sweeter.
Oh no. Okay, well I've just scraped the solder pad off that.
Fuck! 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 Oh!
Alrighty. So in the end, I had to get my original soldering iron to finish off the job because using this little gas one I ended up taking off. Well, where that green or light blue greenish wire is, I actually pulled off the solder pad. So I had to actually get my original soldering iron, my LED and whatever, and do it. Spend like about half an hour on that one wire, but I managed to get it. But then all the other wires I had to use in combination with this one. So my original soldering iron, I think it's just worn out a bit at the end of the tip. It just doesn't really heat up very well anymore. I have to put it on like more than 300 degrees for it to work. But then when I get to like say some of the larger pads, like say over here, it's not capable of heating it up. So I actually had to use this one in combination with this one because my battery one is not working at all at the moment. Yeah, but this is the mod job, so I got it all in there in the end. And I keep constantly bridging these two, and because it wouldn't heat up 2 of them at the same time, I had to go and use the gas one over here. The yellow one came off later, so I had to redo that. But the green one especially, you can see where I was holding the top of it down with my fingernail. It just really didn't want to go on. The thing is, I'm usually pretty quick at doing the PlayStation 1s, they're fairly easy, but this one I spent quite a few hours on just because I had that issue with the green one, and then because my irons are just, yeah, not working out very well. But yeah, I got there in the end. So now the only thing we have to do now is test it out. Now it's probably not going to be capable of booting up copied games because of the laser, but I'll see if I can at least get to the PlayStation logo, or hopefully we can get into the BIOS at all and I haven't broken anything. The smoke test, as they call it, is that. We can just flap that back on there now. Chuck that in there. Look at that. But yeah, that was a interesting job. So advice in the future, don't use the gas one for most of them because there's a lot of heat coming out here and that basically burns the plastic off the wires. And I did that to quite a few of them and had to redo them several times. Number 2 for advice: clean your soldering irons when you're finished with them, because this one is just not heating up anything very large at all anymore. Alright, well let's screw this all back in, eh? So yeah, screw there, and a screw back there. Well, yeah, it's a real shame I wasn't able to capture myself soldering all the rest of it. It would have been impossible with the tripod in the way. So yeah, advice number 3. If you're going to solder, don't have a tripod in the corner where you absolutely need to work. Yeah, get an overhead camera if you can do that. I don't have the funds. Oh shit. I don't have nearly the funds to do that, so I can't install any overhead cameras. There we go. Cool. I think that's it. So now we put the next metal layer on top of that. Looking good, and it sits flat with that chip in there. You can even see the wires in there. Okay, cool. So more of those silver metallic sort of screws. Actually, I'm missing one. Okay then. Now where did I forget that with that? Have to unscrew this again. Alright, so I should have 1, 2, 3. Yep. Cool. So now we've got the PlayStation put mostly together. This laser was pretty dead, but I'm going to try putting it upside down and see if a burnt disc will work. Because usually what I find after chipping a PlayStation with dead laser, because I've done it a couple of times. In fact, I've got a bit of a pile on the other side of this office. Yeah, after I've chipped the consoles, I'll find they'll actually read the burnt disc when the PlayStation is placed upside down, and it won't play any retail disc whatsoever. So I'm going to give that a try, just to know that the mod chip is actually working. But I have got some lasers in the mail, and according to the tracking number, they have arrived already, which I'll pick them up tomorrow. Here we go. Cool. I'm hearing something rattling in there. There it is. A little black piece. Now that's probably from there, from the previous owner. So the rattle is now fixed. In fact, every single one of the 3 broken PlayStation I bought all have that piece missing on the spindle. One of them had a good laser, and the other 2 have got dead lasers. Thankfully, they still resell them online today. Thank you, China. Very cool. And I sometimes see some old forum threads from like 2012 saying, "Oh, are these Chinese lasers any good?" And people will be like, no, they are awful. They break and they don't work out of the box. Every single time I bought one of those lasers, they've lasted me since I initially bought them. So that would be one PlayStation I restored in 2016, I think, which is my main one, my go-to one now. I did it for my original PlayStation 1, but I actually bought that laser from a retro local shop that is now closed down because Australian businesses in my location just guaranteed to have a business closed unless they're a corporation or major one. Anyway, oh shit. But yeah, anyway, on the mini PS1 Slim, the laser on there is working great, and I got that one. Actually, that one was probably done in 2017 maybe. But yeah, I've played the absolute living crap out of them. Yeah, so I don't really have a problem with the Chinese lasers. At least they're still making them, how about that? But yeah, anyway, I have a spare one of those covers because I'm using the Gamer's movie card on my own, so how about that? We'll put a new one of that. This PlayStation will probably need a retro bright. Although I haven't actually ever done one of those before. But it could be something I could look into, maybe for a future video. Well, there we go. Time to test it out. See whether it's completely dead. Well, I hear the audio. Ah, there we go. I'm going to try 2 things. I'm going to try and get a real game and a backup game, as they say. Backup. You know it's damn well fucking piracy. You can't. Okay, first one we're trying, gamers. We're going to try Doom. It's almost certainly not going to work. Fuck, okay. Ooh, is it going to get past this? That'll be interesting to see. I've never seen this one boot up a game. Wow. Nope. That's expected. But now, the real challenge. I'm going to try It Might Be NES, which is an NES emulator for the PlayStation 1. A pretty good one too. Although, I don't think we're going to get the PlayStation logo again, honestly. Yeah. Although... No. Just on. We'll be back, fellas. Go ahead here to, my 240p test. Damn. We don't know whether the mod chip actually works right now, but we never got the please insert a PlayStation disc screen, so that's a good sign. I just wanted to at least get the logo screen up, just so I can confirm that boot discs are usually working. With the other consoles, well, when it had a bad laser, I found putting the console upside down and then putting in a burnt game actually made it load the logo and in some cases actually boot into it, while none of the retail black disc games actually worked at all. So it's interesting to see that it's not in fact doing anything right now. So we'll have to leave this at a cliffhanger. We don't know whether the mod chip worked. I certainly hope it did. But yeah. Anyway, that's the video. I've got links in the description for the actual Modchip HEX files and the programmer software and the diagrams. So hopefully if you did want to consider doing this yourself. But yes, alright, I'll see you later.